Bet you can't guess what we're shooting today. That's right, it's a Glock Gen3 19. No, I'm just kidding. You already saw the thumbnail. It's not a Glock. Ta-da! So the Rost Martin Dallas, Texas is the next, I'm just kidding. The RM1C. I don't know why they put this on the other side. I guess they're just trying to be different. That's pretty funny though. RM1C from Rost Martin. So we'll go through the video, check out the initial impressions. I'm going to continue my initial, impressions as the series goes on. Today's the initial. Stay for the outro. We'll talk about it a little bit. Think about the trigger. Think about the magazine release. Think about the slide stop. Okay. Enjoy. Hello and welcome back to the 1,000 round review series. I'm shooting a new firearm today. The review series where I stand for 1,000 rounds static, just to familiarize myself with the eccentricities, the nuances, the characteristics of the firearms that I'm shooting. This year will be pistols. I'll be doing draw and fire at various yards, ranging from 3 yards to 35, which is where I am at today. When I get my other target back in, have the parts for it, then I'll set everything up at those different distances. But for right now, we'll be at 17 yards, and I'll show you really quick where it is. That is 17 yards, 35 yards, that's 35. And yeah, so I'm just getting used to the guns, breaking it in, which a break-in period is, yeah, maybe 1,000, but it could be more depending on who you ask. And I agree, every gun and the thing that changes a lot of characteristics and the way we view stuff is time. So time has to pass before we can really make a good impression. And even then, things constantly change. So, shooting the Rost Martin RMCNC. I should get that. I'll get that in post. But yeah, Rost Martin RMSC. Another Glock 19 Gen3 clone. But yeah, just a couple differences with it. It's got grip textures and different places. The trigger guard cutout. The trigger, actually, I have 2 of them. This one feels a lot better than the other one. The wall is right there, and then pow. There really isn't any smush, so I like that trigger. With those characteristics, the cuts are like the new Gen 6 Glock 19, new Gen 6 Glock, and that they stick out at coming up the top. They flare out, I should say. It's optic cut, not a Trigicon sight. That is just a white dot. And then it has a round indicator, or trigger indicator, I suppose, like the H&K. A little bit of magwell flare, grip texture around. Not too bad. For what it costs, yes. Yes, and let's hope it's going to be shooting well today. Okay, be shooting various rounds too through the 1,000 round review series. This is from HSL Ammunition out in Utah. They load their own ammunition utilizing factory parts from all these different companies. One of them I remember is Hornaday. I think that's the actual bullet. The full metal jackets that they have. They sell, I think, 115, 124, 147, and other various types. So give them support I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. I buy all this stuff myself. I'm going to be using a holster today in the waistband from G-Code. It is a large to medium holster that accepts a lot of different types of firearms. Rost Martin included. It's just going to take some getting used to. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. It gets a couple of blemishes, but it's just from the plastic. No big deal. All right. Let's get it going. I know that's a lot of housekeeping stuff, but for these first shots, first 100, I have to lay that all out there. And I know I'm missing a couple of details, and I'll probably make a video going over a lot of this housekeeping stuff, but that's that. Let's get loaded. If I think of anything else, I'll mention it. Just deciding what magazine I wanted to put in first. This one has a extended base plate, where the other magazines are just smaller, flush. Brand new firearm, never been fired. I got it on sale at guns.com. Nice. Feels good. The weight, the hand position is I'd say it's about at a 90. I say it's about a 90. It's not similar to a Glock, where a lot of the other clones are similar to them, but this one seems different. All right, shooting at 35 yards, 107 feet, just to get a feel for it. It's always a good sign. Always a good sign when you're accurate out the gate. Feels good. It feels good. It does feel like a 19 shoots. Let me try to get this going better. Ambidextrous or slide stop, and ambidextrous magazine release. Unintentional. Start over. Yeah, so far so good. Injection pattern is, kind of spread out. Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's pretty nice for what it costs. I mean, come on. Unfortunately, these are proprietary magazines, so you have to get them from a factory. I'm sure they make some aftermarket ones, but it has to fit a Rost Martin. Great. Right down the middle with both eyes open. So I know I had mentioned before the perspective change when you have both eyes open and with iron sights is different than that of a red dot. So I've heard. So this is what I've been told. Darn. Yeah, ejection pattern is just right next to you. Or right on top of you. There it is. Oh. Left and low. Oh. Unintentional last one. Trigger is nice. I like the trigger. Yeah, it's culminating right next to me. That's good. Come on, baby. All right, initial impressions are good. Good, especially for what it is. Chewed through the ammo, no problem. Accurate, it is accurate. I did notice when it went where I wanted to put it with both eyes open. And it's different for each gun from what I've noticed. Yeah, I like it, surprisingly. I expected it just to be another, run-of-the-mill, which it is. Not better than the RXM, but it stands on its own as a solid gun. The RXM is better, so I would say get that one over this one. But it's you could get double the price for what you'll be paying for this. So yeah, as a beginner gun, there's so many options out there, and I'm not going to be able to go through all of them, but I'll try to touch base on a lot of them. And this one, I'm glad I did. This is not bad. That's 35 yards. That's my initial impressions at 35 yards. That's cool. That is cool. Tell me if you have Rost Martin. Comment down below. Let me know what your experiences with it and how many rounds you have through it, all that jazz. What you've done to it, and let's have a chat. All right, we'll see you in the outro. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to clean up everything. I'm going to go pick up my stuff, and we'll see you at 200. All right, first 100 rounds down. I'd say the biggest thing that stuck out to me with this Rost Martin is not something that you see on the firearm. It's the price. The price just was, staring bullets, daggers, and all that stuff at me, because this thing was cheap. And that's why I'm so surprised after shooting it initially, is it does not shoot like a cheap gun. It is very, very strong, extremely capable. That compared to a Gen 3 Glock 19, it does so many things better than the Gen 3 or up to the Gen 5, I'd say. Or, well, all of the Glock 19s, because of the price and the capabilities that it has, the optics cut that it already possesses, little round indicator window, slide cuts, texture. Oh, it's also a little texture here on the front of the trigger guard. Excuse me. Just barely, just barely. And yeah, it shoots extremely well. If you haven't tried one, I hear some rumblings that people are just saying, no, it's just another Glock clone, it's terrible and stuff. But if you like shopping American, if you like another cheaper option, and if you like options, definitely try this out. So far, I'm liking it, and I don't think it'll disappoint. Trigger too. The trigger. Let's talk about the trigger. That trigger is amazing. That reset is so close. It reminds me of all of the go fast guns like the Walther PDP I just shot, Mete, all the Canics. They have that wonderful trigger that they have, not for an EDC. And this take up right there. There's the wall. Right there. Break. There's no squish. There's no forgiveness. It's just break. Hang on. Oh, just a little bit, and then break. It's amazing. It's an outstanding stock trigger that I'm telling you, you have to try it. It's wonderful. It's stupendous. Ambidextrous slide stop, not a big deal. I mean, it's nice to have, of course. Ambidextrous magazine release, which I have not had any problems with it, because I can feel my middle finger come back past it, so it's not going to be an issue dropping the magazine while shooting. And the price. I got this, I think it was brand new on guns.com. I had mentioned it in the video. I'm not going to say the price, I'll say that for the very end. You can already look up the price and guesstimate how much I paid for it. And I also have the I have the ported version, the comped version. Well, it's ported version because it's through the barrel. Focus, come on, baby. There you go. Oh. It's through the barrel. But it's identical. It's identical to the other one. And I haven't shot this yet, so we'll have to do that shoot comparison between the two. And yeah, the recoil is outstanding. I have nothing but good things to say from my initial impressions. For the Glock 19 Gen 3, it is pretty much the same size. Excuse me. Can't focus, sorry. Anyway, but of course this is gonna be a little bit more expensive, especially the newer generations, than this Rost Martin. One bad thing so far, proprietary magazines. You can't shoot with any other magazine except for Rost Martin, so that is a little hiccup, and not a big deal. I haven't looked at the price of these. I'll go check it out and then let you know, because I want to get more of them. But it's just a little downside. I don't mind, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, because they're trying to get away from having a bunch of Glock mags. Sure, okay. But you're not going to get away from it because it's so prevalent and so ingrained in everybody's collection that you're not getting away from Glock magazines, at least I should say. But yeah, no, the mags are great, and it's got a little American flag on the bottom. So if it's going in keeping with the Merica moniker. Nice little touch. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about it right now. The trigger, a couple of things out on the outside. I mean, I basically said most of the things that I love about it. But yeah, great impression. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for being here. Let's continue on 9 more episodes of this bad boy. I'm really excited to shoot it. Yeah, it's been a great time. So like, subscribe, comment, recommend, all that jazz, not in a particular order. We'll see you tomorrow around 200. 照顾好自己，注意安全。